Do you ever use Afrin?
Afrin. That's like for your nose, right?
Yeah, you snort it in your nose. Oh, I think something's off with your mic.
No, I just don't have it in front of my face. How's that?
Oh yeah, there you go. That was so easy to fix.
Uh, um, yeah, I've used it before. I have a couple questions. I have a couple questions for this morning.
Okay, around Afrin.
You said you had a no. Why? What happened with the Afrin? You have a huge nose. You don't even need that.
I'm not sure what the size of this thing has to
Because
do.
the
Don't I need more?
passageways are
Wait,
so
don't
much.
I need more?
No, I would think the passageways are so much bigger. They're far harder to get clogged. Like I have to put Castrol GTX in my nose because it's when the engine sledge builds up, I've got to clean the sledge out.
You know what's interesting about that is when I was in college, I snorted a line of ketamine, and then like 20 of my friends got on our bicycles and rode over to the college, like like half a mile away, and I
Yep.
was the first one to get off my bike and jump over the fence and dive in the pool, and
Nice.
I dove in the shallow end.
Oh,
Yeah, and I hit the bottom of the pool. I'm lucky I didn't die, and I broke my nose, and ever since then, I have something's like I got a little like a Jew crook in my nose,
uh,
so I look like the rest of my family now, and and then one of the fucking chambers I think is like been compromised.
you gotta, yeah, deviated your septum.
How come you don't just wear one of the? How come when you work out you don't put one of those things on your nose that pulls open your nostrils like Hunter McIntyre wears now?
I just think it's so fucking dumb. Like, you, like
Really? Have you tried
learn
one? I
how to
heard they work.
learn how to breathe without it. I have crazy nasal breathing capacity. And I don't ever wear one of those, and I have a small nose. It's you get better by practicing.
I know. I practice a shitload. Like I'll do every day. I do like all my salt workouts. I do through nose breathing, but like just do this. If you just pull on your nostrils, oh my god, it's like you can't feel the extra air that comes in.
No, honestly, I can't.
You ever seen those people where see how mine and your nostrils point
Yeah,
down? You ever seen those where their
Hormozy wears
nostrils?
them.
But have you ever seen also those people where their nostrils point like out? You know what I mean?
It honestly doesn't help me at all to do that. That's crazy.
Oh, how about when you do this? If you pull here, that doesn't.
Maybe a little bit, but it's negligible, and it's because I nasal breathe a lot. I think you should just nasal breathe more in your
I
workouts and get better at it.
I've God, I do it so much, but and I've been doing it for years. But when I just breathe normally, if I concentrate on my nose, I can actually feel the walls of my nose coming in. You know what I mean?
Somebody asked, fast and steady. Taylor, what are you drinking? Looks good. It's probably a half a cup of black coffee and probably a third cup of half and half.
Anyway, I
Fast.
didn't the last 3 or 4 days. My eyes have been hurting, and I've around 8 o'clock every night. Something's happening. I don't know what's happening, but my sinuses are closing down. And I used to grow a ton of weed, and around 8 o'clock every night, I'd have like 50 plants in the backyard. The smell of the weed would go crazy. So I just assumed at night the flower, like, and it was only once they were flowering. I figured around 8 o'clock every night, the plant's like sending out signals like, here's my pussy. You know what I mean? Because you'd smell the plant and it wants
Yeah.
to get pollinated. So I'm guessing, I have no proof of this, but I'm guessing every night in California right now, because the rains are over and the sun's been just booming, that all the flowers at around 6, 7, 8 are like, "Hey, here's my pussy, come pollinate me."
We
And
just
so
keep
something's
going.
happening to my sinuses. So I did some Afrin last night around 5 o'clock. I ordered it from Amazon, showed up, and at 6 o'clock, I whoop, I coughed up a fucking fur ball. And I went to the bathroom, I spit it out, and I haven't been mucusy at all. I mean, my nose was running like crazy
A
during the
literal fur
workout.
ball or just a lot of mucus?
Mucus, just like a
Okay.
big wad of the yellowest mucus.
Was it hard?
No, no, not the kind like you play with the boogers in your mouth when it's in there as you walk to the trash can. You know what I mean? Like you're pushing your tongue in the roof of your mouth, like feeling the fucking gold nuggets in there. No, not one of those. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're like, maybe I should spit out the liquid and chew that one down. No. But now I'm just like, I was like,
Tripping.
wow. Well, I'm just kind of, I didn't know Afrin did that. If
It's like pipe
I'm
cleaner.
And I told Haley, I'm like, hey, maybe one of the boys should try some Afrin. And she's like, hey, the people in your chat last time you brought up Afrin were just ripping on it.
It's apparently addicting, and like you can not addicting in the sense where like it's like a mood or mind altering substance, but addicting in the sense that the more you use it, the less mucus your like nose produces in a bad way, and you can just become overly dependent on it.
Oh, well, I will say this, the last Afrin I had used to burn, and I kinda like that burning sense. It reminded me of
Yeah,
the coca, the metha.
cocaína,
But,
cocaine,
this didn't burn at all. I don't
cocaine.
they fixed the formula. I was a little bit disappointed.
Um, Speaking of gross things, Jess, how's your hemorrhoid? You were talking about a hemorrhoid the other day.
Oh, bro. Bro.
What?
So
Just
last
say.
night I mean,
Do you
last
use
night
preparation H on it?
I'm gonna order some now.
Have you ever used like
No.
hemorrhoidal? You've never
No.
used hemorrhoidal like treatment?
No, I've never had anything like this. I have had a little,
Is
grape
it
stick out bef
thrombosed? Is it thrombosed?
What's that mean?
It means it's like on the outside and it's hard because
Yes.
the blood inside it
No.
has clotted.
I don't know if no, it's not hard. It's like a
Okay.
really mushy, jello-y grape. It's like a grape, but jello-y, and it is
Okay,
on the
so it's not
outside. I
thrombosed.
reached back there and felt it, and
Yeah.
I wanted to fucking start
It's
crying,
like
but
a rotten grape. That's good. That's good.
I
That
sh
means if it's thrombosed, it means the blood inside there clots and it becomes rock hard and it hurts like nothing in your life you could imagine. It hurts worse than giving birth to triplets. And I've never done that, but I would guess. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling
is
you, it
this
feels
what
like
I should
somebody.
get?
Yeah, just the cream, the extra strength Prep H. It's butthole lidocaine. Um,
Oh, it doesn't make it go away?
no, it just nothing makes it go away, dude. You just have to unless you get it cut off, but that relieves the pain. Epsom salts.
Well, I had one like 15 or 20 years ago, but it eventually went away.
SEMA says ozonated suppositories. I when I had a thrombosed one before I like went to the doctor, I tried the little missile shaped suppositories and it didn't do anything. It reminded me of my friend's finger, but other than that, like the suppositories didn't help at all. The preparation H is the best thing that I've had
Well,
for
maybe is
hemorrhoids.
that so this morning, I take a crazy shit every morning, right? Just an
Probably
amazing
sitting on the
shit,
toilet too long.
and we what sucks is we ran out of toilet paper, and, like, we have this backup box of toilet paper that's, like, bamboo toilet paper. It's like wiping your ass with paper towels, and that's all we
Mhm.
have right now, and I was terrified to shit this morning,
Oh
and
god.
when I wiped, it was the weakest wipe I've ever done. I was so scared, and
Did
soaping
you
my
get in the
ass.
shower after so you still have a little on there?
No, I got in the shower after, but now I know why you get in the shower. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Ken, you don't need surgery if you get an external hemorrhoid. You're not a fucking hemorrhoid doctor. You don't need it. But if you have a really bad thrombosed one, you do potentially need it. They will go away if you can stomach the pain. I got mine removed and then I still get an external one every now and then,
how
but
about
they're
this
not.
stuff?
What's that?
Advanced hemorrhoidal fissure cream, rapid pain relief,
Oh,
reduces
Fisher
swelling.
cream. Fissures, anal polyps, anal fissures. Yeah, so they will go away on their own, but a thrombosed one, if it's big and bad enough, like it's a big bad hemi, like that sucker's, that thing makes some noise. If it's big and bad, you don't want to wait 2 weeks for that thing to go away. And I got mine. I mean, I had to have that thing cut off with the dikes, with the snips.
Mine's
Oh,
so gushy, but like it's so like the whole show, 20% of my being is down in my butthole now.
the whole point I was asking. Okay, so you've never used preparation H before.
No. The last time I had them, they didn't hurt. I think there were like it was like 2 or 3 grapes sticking out, and it just went away. This was like 15 or 20 years ago when I was squatting a lot.
So what you do is you put like a little dollop on your finger, just like you're applying toothpaste to a toothbrush. You put a little dollop on the tip of your finger
Uh-huh.
and you just rub it around that thing. And sometimes, yeah, like
I
I
can
go
do that.
around
I
it.
can do
Yeah, I
that.
go around it like that. And then sometimes at the end, after you go around it a couple times, I go in just like half a knuckle just to get,
Half a knuckle.
yeah, just that much. Like I
Hmm.
guess that's a full knuckle. But you,
That's 2 knuckles.
that's one knuckle, but you go in just a little bit just to make sure that if there's anything on the inside or if it's a little longer, um, you just want to make sure you have a little on that portion too. So I go like 3 swirls and then a poke.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you if, because I guess I just had assumed because you're old that you had used Preparation H before. Because I had a moment this morning when I was putting Preparation H on my hemorrhoid. And it's from sitting on my fucking butt all day for like the past 2 weeks in my garden in our yard. Um,
No, I
and my blinds were up, and like there's maybe a football field away is my neighbor's house. And like I imagine that like if you were looking and saw me in the window, you could see me. And I did my 3 swirls and a poke, and I kind of felt like I felt a little like hot sauce on my butt. You know that feeling where you feel like you might you might not have wiped all the way. So I felt that before, and I couldn't tell if it was just my hemorrhoid burning or if I had a little shit on my ass. So I did my 3 swirls and a poke, and then after I smelled my finger, and then I looked at the window, I was like, "Oh, wait, my blinds are up." And I had this moment of panic that what if my neighbors just saw me smell my finger like that in the bathroom, and what
hey,
would they think of me?
how does it go away? Eventually it just swells back down?
Yeah, yeah, I think it just shrinks back down. But that being said, and I didn't smell anything, so I was, like, in the clear. So I did 3 swirls and a poke, and then for whatever reason, I had this natural urge to smell. I
Yeah.
didn't smell anything, luckily. If I don't know what I would've done had I smelled something. I guess I would've, like, scrubbed my finger with bleach. But since I didn't smell anything, I just wiped it off with a paper towel and didn't even wash my hands.
Does squatting cause hemorrhoids? Hey, speaking of breathing, isn't that just like shitty breathing? Yes, heavy squats can cause or worsen hemorrhoids. Isn't it just a breathing issue?
Oh, Pedro Moss says mangina powder and sea moss colloidal silver cream. Mangina moringa powder.
That's his
Sorry.
cure for everything.
None of these people in the comments are gonna ever shake my hand if I meet them in person. I do it with the left hand, so the right hand's always good.
Do you think that oh, you know, by the way, after doing 26 whatever that was I did yesterday, my arms
Sore?
my sore's not the right word, but my biceps are really tight.
My
I'm not
biceps
used
are
to.
tight. Yeah.
Yeah. Were your biceps tight? I guess that's
Yeah,
from the
and my
pull-ups
lats.
and
Yeah.
oh yeah, I don't feel anything in my lats. But my arms, this in the middle of the night, I went to straighten my arms and I had to like force them straight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be so sore. Are you sore at all from that workout you did yesterday?
My legs
Fitness
are
North.
tired, but I'm not sore.
Yeah. I came home and just sat on the couch. I was worked.
I had a
I don't
headache
know.
for a while. I don't know why, maybe the echo bike.
Oh, or maybe it was just because you were so angry afterwards.
I think
You know,
I was stressed out. Yeah, I think it was a stress headache.
I didn't smell anything, so I tasted it.
That's what I'll do next time. That's actually probably the next logically, that's the next course of action. If you logically, that's what you should do. If you don't smell anything, you're okay, this is safe to taste. Logically, I think so. Or if it
No,
smells good. If it smells good, then definitely logically you just like
no, it's not. It's Sebi, maybe add more pull-ups to your training. It definitely wasn't the pull-ups. There's this workout I do at least once a month, but it's not where at least once a month I do this workout where it's 20 20 burpees as fast as I can and 20 pull-ups as fast as I can, and I'll do 5 rounds of that at 5-minute intervals. And usually I finish the 20 burpees and 20 pull-ups. Well, I always finish it in under 2.5 minutes. I'm pretty good at it. Or I'll do 10 and 10 and you have to finish it in under a minute. And I'll do 10 rounds, but with long breaks. It was the mixing with the snatching. I can't remember the last time I did 40 dumbbell snatches with 50 pounds. I think
yeah.
that with the pull-ups fucked me up.
It's so cool that you guys did that. How wild is
Dave's
the
injured. Dave's injured.
from the workout?
Yeah, that if you look at his last lunge, he makes a little wiggle move, and that's why his snatching's so bad on his last round. Couldn't open his
Oh, did you
fucking.
guys talk about it?
Yeah, I called him yesterday. I'm like, "Hey, you okay?" And he's like, "No." He's like,
What
"Getting old
happened?
sucks." Something happened. He heard something pop in his hip.
Oh, his hip?
Yeah, yeah,
The front of his hip flexor.
the front of his hip flexor.
Okay,
Yeah,
he'll
he's
be
like,
fine. He'll be fine. He just
well,
strained his hip
okay, yeah, he's going to PT on Monday. He said.
fucking PT. He just needs to fucking stretch more, dude.
I'm like, hey, dude,
Or
you shouldn't have come out so hot. He
how
came
did you
out
guys
so
warm up?
hot.
How did you guys warm up?
I didn't warm up with him. We just did our own shit. I did like 3 pull-ups, 3 chest to bar pull-ups. I did probably like 40 steps of walking lunges. I did 3 minutes on the assault bike.
Yeah, you warmed up properly. I bet he didn't warm up at all. He strikes me as a guy who doesn't fucking do a good warm up.
I did probably 10 snatches with the 25 and 5 snatches with the 50.
You know why I say that?
Oh,
Also,
look it. My groin muscle popped during the lunges. I'm better now. Wow, okay.
yeah, hey, the guy yesterday who fucking cheated on his Echo bike popped the front of his hip flexor on the lunges too in that workout on the overhead lunges
Oh.
because he didn't warm up and he was moving like an idiot. So that's what I think happened to Dave. But also, I know Dave doesn't fucking warm up correctly because he doesn't expect anyone who tests workouts for him to warm up correctly either. Like when I got there to test workouts for him, it was like, oh, I'd been off the plane for 20 minutes. I was like, all right, see you up at the top of the hill in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Don't reach so far on the lunges. Do an extra one. Yeah, all the rounds I did short lunges and just did an extra one, except for the last round. I asked him that too. I'm like, "Did you reach on that last lunge?" I forget what he said. Yeah, I think Dave heard his too. I think Dave heard it.
Yeah,
That would scare the shit out of me.
it's
Oh,
just a muscle fiber
I didn't
popping.
warm up my lunges for sure. The overhead was easy, to be honest with you. For
And you
me,
don't actually hear it. You feel it in your body and it registers, the vibration registers as like a noise.
a sound, yeah.
Like
I
it's a
didn't.
bit because your body's not used to feeling sharp instances of like popping vibrations like that. So when it
Yeah.
happens, you're like, oh shit, I heard it. And if you can imagine a muscle fiber or a fucking strand of muscle tissue stretched to its fucking limit and then just popping, like of course you're gonna feel that and hear it, even feel like you hear it. So that's what I think happened. And it's probably
Uh,
not a big one either, just little tiny fiber.
Sevon and Dave saw their muscle up confidence dwindling as the workout went on. Are you fucking kidding me? I had how could you see it dwindle? It was never above 0. My confidence to get to the muscle ups was 0. I did 1 negative muscle up before the workout started just in case.
Oh, Hiller's in the comments.
What did he say?
Dave also wasn't fully extending when snatching.
Are
Oh,
you talking
sorry.
about his arm? Yeah, I said he goes, did you watch the video? He goes, how was it? I'm like, hey, you didn't do 1 snatch in the final round. He goes, I know, my fucking hip was so sore. I'm like, it looked like you were just passing the weight over your head. I go, it showed tremendous strength how slow you pulled it up. He goes, yeah, I couldn't fucking I couldn't like, as you stand, get that explosive hip movement.
OG says you move very well, Sevi. Impressive for your age. That's the mark of someone, a true CrossFitter, someone who really
I'm the best 53-year-old mover in the world.
who values exactly great technique.
I mean, thank you. I accept that humbly.
When I was at that thing yesterday, it made me realize like these people are all coaches.
Yeah.
As much fitness as I have over all of them, like I'm so much fitter than all of them. But the craziest thing to me is that coaching wise, I'm probably exponentially better than them. So it's like the fitness thing. I'm like, okay, I'm like,
Right.
if I have 100% fitness, they have 30%. The coaching is like, if I have 100%, what if my capacity is 100%, they're at like 4. I was laying in bed and I was like talking to Lizzie. I was like, that really opened my eyes again. And I've had like several moments and instances where I've like had my eyes open. I'm like, Burn Boot Camp, Orange Theory, like it's sure you're working out, that's great, but the level of coaching that you get from just an L1 trainer at any CrossFit affiliate is fucking light years ahead of any other place you can go. It is so crazy to me the bad rap that CrossFit gets from people. The level of coaching is insane.
10 years ago, I had a coach for I had this striking coach. This is probably 10 years ago in Oakland, California. And I told him, I said, hey, my back is suspect. He's like, okay. And we would do these warm ups. And in the warm ups, he would have me do push ups with my feet high up on a box. and he'd always be like flatter, flatter, flatter. And I would listen to him like a fucking idiot, and I fucking injured my back every session with him doing that
Did you
move.
lower your back?
I would, like when you protect your back and your feet are higher off the ground, you're doing push-ups, I mean, I wouldn't be like super piked, but I wouldn't go perfectly flat like a plank. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm
yeah, you
protecting
have
my
it's like an
I'm protect
athletic neutral or like a hollow position.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect my back, and he's like, "Flatter, flatter," and every time I'd fucking go home and my back would be fucked up.
Hyperextending your back, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, those are the types of things where people are just following rules instead of, like, understanding their clients.
Or understanding actual movement. Every gymnast I've ever worked with has told me in push-ups, you want this almost hollow position, which is probably where you were putting yourself to protect your back, a hollow position.
Yeah,
And he's taken you from a hollow, protected, braced position
yeah.
to a vulnerable, hyperextended spinal position, especially at a deficit, which isn't good.
And the problem with CrossFit coaches is they'll do that with squatting, uh they'll look at your position instead of look at your lumbar curve. So for years, people were like,
Oh,
"You have a
depth,
great
you
squat.
mean?
You have just in the verticalness of your back." For years, people were like, "Oh my god, your squat's perfect. Your squat's perfect." And someone's like, "Hey, dude,
Butt wing.
you're hyperextending your back. You're too flexible." You know what I mean? There, I should I now I don't even focus on that at all. If anything, I keep a rounded back a little bit. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, they're so used to, like, butt back, shut the door as you bend your knees, but
Ah,
they couldn't tell
as
that I
you
was they couldn't tell that I was hyperextending my back. I was over hyperextending my back, making it look like because of what they thought was a good squat instead of, like, really looking.
yeah.
And as soon as I stopped doing that, things got better, but I had built so many bad habits by then.
I think a lot of coaches just in general need a lot of work in their eye, and I think that, like, seeing movement faults and being able to see whether the points of performance are being met or whether someone's exhibiting, like, a gross motor fault. I think the way you do that as well is actually understanding the movement
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And I think what you were saying on I don't remember what show it was on, but you were talking about experimenting with yourself. That is like the ultimate form of developing mastery, I think.
Yeah. It used to trip me out, the strongman stuff, because in CrossFit, it's all about, spine in a neutral position, you know? And
Mhm.
then when they would pick the stones up, they're fully rounded. And no one ever no to this day, no one explains that, why that's okay and why that works for them and why they don't injure their back like that. And it's
Strong
like
men.
hey, you have to practice that position. Someone needs to tell CrossFitters, "Hey, you need to practice that position too." Maybe not go fucking crazy heavy, but you have to do that.
Well, we do. It's called the GHD back extension.
Oh, yeah, I don't do that.
Right. But that's like that is one thing that is really taught in CrossFit. And also you have to look at the
A good point.
population or the cohorts that are doing strongman stone lifts and people who walk into an affiliate the first time. So telling someone who walks into affiliate for the first time, the order of operations probably is understand what a neutral spine is and how to get there and stay there. And then
Yes.
once you develop a base of strength, developing strength in a compromised position, like a flexed spine or an extended spine, usually a global flexion. Hyperextension of the spine is actually, I think, more dangerous, and you have way less ability to develop a large range of motion and strength in a hyperextended position than you do in a rounded position. Your trunk is meant to flex forward. You're meant to bend over. You're not so meant to bend over and touch your fucking heels backward.
That's funny you say that too, because that's the thing. You have to understand neutral spine takes precedent over good position, like from like just looking at the drawing.
Right, right.
If someone's cantilevered over, like they shouldn't be compensating. It's like when you do a press, how people will arch their back.
Yeah, yep.
It's that shit.
Right. Yeah, like, hey, the vertical bench press is and getting them to take the bar over their head is less important than them getting the bar over the frontal plane by just arching their back. Yeah.
Right, right. There you go. What were you gonna bring up? Were you gonna bring something up? The
No,
very
I was just
beginning.
talking. No, that was the hemorrhoid thing was what I was initially talking about.
Oh yeah, the it's bad. I was so scared to take a shit this
The
morning.
guy who tried to pound me on the dumbbell snatches because he thought switching overhead was wrong.
Yeah.
He's like a Hiller fanboy. He's a big no rep guy.
Yep.
He's in the comments on a collaborated post with CrossFit that this like dad posted, and it's him doing muscle ups with his 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
And the guy and this fucking coach guy comments, your lockouts could use a little work, but solid effort. Right. So he comments that. And then on another post of an elite athlete or a much higher level athlete's time was like 8:16 or something. In the video, the athlete's showing their last 2 muscle ups and they push out in a way so egregiously. It's like a blatant fucking no rep. And that same coach comments and goes like, bro, you're so fit. How do I get as fit as you? And I just thought it was such an interesting contrast. Taking a guy who's doing this for fun, might not even be signed up for the Open, or let's not even make that presumption. Let's say he signed up for the Open, but he's a dad with his 2 kids. He's doing ring muscle ups, and his 2 kids are doing bar muscle ups because he only has 1 set of rings.
Uh-huh.
And his lockouts are not perfect, but they're really close. And at bare minimum, he could support himself in that finished position. And maybe his elbows just don't get any straighter, but it's really close. Imagine seeing that, and your first instinct is to comment, your lockouts look a little soft. They could use some work, but good job overall. Like some snide, unsolicited feedback on a dude working out with his kids.
Yeah.
And then going over to a page of a dude who advocates for eating more sugar. It's the John Wood guy. That's who he commented on, the sugar boy.
Yeah.
And then commenting, bro, how do I get as fit as you on a video showing egregious no reps and calling yourself like it's just like, how do you get there as a coach? Where in the coaching repertoire, in the L1 manual, the L2 course, the L3 exam, where does it tell you that being a coach is unsolicited no reps on the internet?
People just probably just want to be show that they're an authority. That's number one priority, probably. Yeah, I just want to show that I'm an authority.
It doesn't matter what network we're on, Nate Dogg. I'm actually talking about a faggot right now, so I think we're on the right channel.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go. How's that, Nate? Was that better?
Are you happy now, Nate? More profanity?
Would you rather? Well, hey, you know, I'll tell you this. You want to see stupid comments? You should see the comments on Avi's blog. Like recently, he was walking on parallel bars. He walked down on one side, you know, like like balancing on the parallel bars, and then turned around, walked back on the other side, and did a pistol. And there's people like, that's dangerous. The coach should be there. It's like, hey, dude, he didn't wake up. That's not. Like, you don't walk there and back on the parallel bars and that's your fucking first rodeo, you jackass.
Right.
Like, come on. Worst case scenario, ready? You're 35,000 feet in the air. There's a bomb on the plane. Death to America.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Oh. Sit down. Don't move.
Can you imagine?
I mean, you could tell that guy wasn't a threat.
Not if you're fucking not if you're on the other side of the plane and you hear
that's
someone.
True. That's true. Yeah, but if you're like sitting right next to him, you can smell the fucking butter chicken off his fucking armpits, and you're like, okay, this guy's not an actual threat. He just had the butter fucking chicken, dude, and it's getting to his fucking tummy a little too much. I think they handled that well.
Find the bomb on the plane.
Find the bomb on the plane. Death.
No, he said, I'm going to bomb the plane.
Oh.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Thank God he's in the back of the plane.
This is the thing, Hans. I wonder how many people with terrible reps or range of motions are selecting foundations on an open workout. Here's the deal. I can't coach all those people, so I don't fucking care. They're not my athletes. Yeah, the people at my gym,
I
I
don't
ass
understand the
pound 'em.
question. I don't understand the question.
I don't know. The question
Just
seems to be like, I wonder how many people who should be checking foundations because they can't hit movement standards are, and the implication is that they probably aren't, so that there's a ton of people that are just moving poorly. But like, hey, that's not your job. Your job is your gym. That's your job. Your job are your athletes, every single one of them, and you being absolutely fucking relentless with them.
with their everything, their movement patterns,
Everything.
range of motion, just their movement.
Mechanics, consistency, intensity, you applying every workout uniquely to them, you making sure they're hitting the standards if they're logging a standardized score, you making sure they're moving safely, you making sure they're having fun, you making sure, yeah, you're coaching them in every single movement at every single class. It's your no, it's not our job. But what I mean by that specifically is your gym is your job. Those other people aren't your job. Wherever they're working out at, it's that coach and that trainer's job and that affiliate owner's job. And that's the accountability we need to be talking about, not it's our job as a community to hold everyone accountable. That's like the liberal retardation of they're all our children. No, they're not. No, they're not, you fucking idiot.
He may not be a threat, but the other guy that's actually got the trigger in another seat might be a threat.
Oh, true. I mean, yeah, I guess.
He just
I
wanted
didn't
3 hot meals and a cot in jail.
probably, to be honest.
He'll be on a flight again tomorrow. It's crazy. By the way, that same thing happened right there in New York City yesterday too. There was some protest, and 2 guys started lighting off fireworks that were wrapped in nails, yelling "Allah Akbar." Cops jumped on 'em.
On a plane?
No, in a protest in
Oh.
New York City.
They're probably gonna let that guy become a pilot.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanna play something for you that probably needs to get broken down. This is, I think this is Katie Couric.
Yeah, stay strapped for sure, kids. Stay fucking strapped. Stay strapped.
The main issue, I think, not enough affiliate coaches are teaching mechanics, consistency, and then and only then intensity. If you can't squat to parallel, I'm not allowing
Right.
you to do wall balls.
This is a great point. How many coaches have the workout Karen program for their workout, and they're like, yeah, here, use a 4-pound ball, go to a 6-foot target, but they can't fucking air squat correctly. Like, no, just have them do 150 air squats, perfect, or fucking 100 or 100 air squats to the ball. I mean, that's exactly.
Hey,
And that
there is
is
a what if someone's 72 years old, they've been an affiliate for 2 months, and the open rolls around? Do you let them do the open when they're just still like?
they check foundations.
What's that mean?
It's
There's
like the tier below scaled that says, hey, you're
Oh.
still, you like can't hit the right, you can't hit the proper ranges of motion yet. You're still learning. Like, that's who that's for.
I didn't. Oh, okay. I never even saw that.
It's
People were
newer.
people were telling me I should before I started. I'm like, they're like, hey, dude, you need to scale the workout. But the reason why I didn't scale the workout, I was like, well, I think people would rather see me fail. I did it for the people.
Mm.
People would. I didn't need to scale that, right? Did I do enough to show that I didn't need to scale it?
I don't think you needed to scale it.
Yeah. Did you see the WHO classified birth control pills stage 1 cancer causing famous tobacco?
My God. No way. Which birth control pills? Like the Plan B pill, or just like any birth control pills?
I don't.
Like the ones
But
you take consistently. Are they,
But
'cause they're
Sarah,
not the same.
you can't trust anything the WHO says. I'm not suggesting birth control pills are good for you.
Somebody sent me this message and was like, hey, just found it really ironic how all you anti-vaxxers on the podcast advocate for peptides. And I didn't respond to it because it was someone who sometimes sends stuff that I enjoy responding to and engaging with. Not in a bad way, but like I like talking to them.
If you want, I don't care.
Right.
You can take all the peptides you want. I don't care. You can take all the birth control. I want it's so weird that they don't see that nuance. I just want truth.
Thank you. No.
Let me make let me know that 3 out of every 100,000 kids that gets the COVID vaccine dies, and that if you don't get the COVID vaccine, 10 die, and then I can be like, okay, just let me decide.
Yeah, that's not even nuance. I hate when you say nuance. It's not even nuance. It's when you buy peptides on the bottle, it says for research use only. So when you're using it, if you use it on yourself, you're researching on yourself.
Yeah.
The government fired people for not taking the vaccine, and states made you get a passport showing you were vaccinated to fucking go into restaurants. It was forced down your throat. That is the massive difference. It's not a nuance. It's so fucking different. It's not even funny. And also, yeah, thank you, Kenneth. I'm not anti-vax. I'm anti-forced injections. And fuck that. I'll go as far as to say, in most cases, I am anti-vaccination. I think a lot of the vaccinations are fucking completely unnecessary and harmful even.
How about Canada allows you to euthanize yourself, but they also force you to take vaccines?
Dude, if you doing research on most vaccines, it's like, wow, why are we still taking this, or why do we take it at all? The tetanus one is a fucking great example. MMR is a great fucking example.
Why don't these people get that? Why don't they get that? Like, hey, dude, we don't care what you do. You can do what you want. Why does it have to be?
Yeah, if you want to shove 100 vaccines into your fucking dick, I don't care. Also, no one's forcing me to take peptides. I made that fucking choice, and it worked for me. So if you want to take Tylenol when you're pregnant, fine. But I'm not going to force you to.
Right.
And also, there isn't this massive body of research showing that peptides cause fucking autism and are dangerous, like there is for vaccines. Thank you. It wasn't even a vaccine. It was mRNA therapy. Dangerous.
Yeah, the CDC had to redefine its definition of vaccine in order to call it a vaccine, correct?
Crazy. That DM
just like they redefined the diagnosis of polio, just like they redefined the diagnosis of COVID. It's all fucking bullshit.
I just read it because I didn't want to get mad and respond angrily, because that person doesn't deserve that. Like, they're a cool person. But I just hate it when people come after me for peptides. Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, do you drink? Do you ever have a nicotine pouch? You ever drink a fucking beer? You ever go 55 and a 50?
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up. You're not the fucking police of my life. Jeez.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. I saw this story yesterday. Canada's getting set to euthanize 100,000. It's 100,000th person in 10 years. Do you know that 5% of the people who die in Canada die from getting euthanized?
Yes.
5% of population. And do you know 96% of those people are white? No one's complaining about that. You don't see black and brown people and Asian people be like, that's not fair.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's more than they lost in World War
II.
II. They've euthanized more people in the last 10 years than they lost in World War II. I saw that article. It's crazy. The first time I looked at the snatch overhead when swapping hands made me control everything so much better. So at 51 years old, RX snatch and pull-ups were all unbroken. Though still missed all my muscle-ups. Wow, good job, dude. That's crazy.
And here's the point of that. I mean, this is a great example of the cue of looking over at the dumbbell when switching.
Yeah.
The point is, there's a saying that, hey, what constitutes a great cue, or what makes a great cue? Well, a great cue is the one that works. A great cue is the one that gets your athlete moving better, more efficiently, safer, faster, and under more intensity. So if a cue for this person is, hey, try looking at the dumbbell overhead when you switch, and it improves their workout, it improves their work capacity and allows them to do it safer, that's a great cue. If it doesn't work for someone else, that's okay. They just don't do it. Doesn't mean it's a bad cue. And that's a bit of nuance that other coach, maybe that's not even nuance. Maybe it's just like, hey, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Open your aperture, dumbass. Oh, context. Most of them are terminal. Context, dude. Context.
Hey, that's the other thing, Pat. Who even knows that?
Yeah, fuck you. Who decides what terminal is?
Yeah,
and
who even knows that? We're all terminal. We're all gonna die. We're all terminal.
You fucking idiot. Yeah. So what's the difference between? Well, it's only 4 months away. They think you're gonna die, so you might as well end it today. Well, what happens if they live another 5 fucking years? It
Yeah.
happened with my dad, Pat. You
The problem
fat
is all of us
retard.
are terminal. Yeah.
Thank you, clock cutter. They gave my dad like 6 months, and he lived another 2 years. They should have
gave
just
my
killed him then. I would have gotten sober a lot sooner.
they gave my dog 3 months and he lived 7 years. My Great Dane. I just told him to remove the leg. Okay, Katie Couric, here we go.
Hey, everyone. I know it's hard to be shocked these days, but here we are.
Okay, so she set the premise that this is going to be shocking. Right?
She is, I don't like her. She doesn't pass the eye test, so I hope this isn't someone doing something good. I do not like this bitch. Let's go.
And this one is a real doozy.
Another one. This one's a really doozy. So she already
Can I just say this?
Please, yes, go.
I don't know who this is. I've never seen this person, but she strikes me as a massive bitch. I just want to see if I'm right or wrong. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Just play.
Okay.
Some U.S. military commanders are describing what's happening in Iran as a holy war.
So some U.S. commanders are describing what's happening as a holy war. What does that mean to you?
Like we're fighting it based off religious.
Yeah, how can you knock anyone for thinking that when your life's on the line? Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
You don't know who Katie Couric is? Jesus, dude, read something. Bro, first of all, she doesn't write anything. And second of all, he's fucking 30. He's not fucking 80.
Yeah, you fucking retarded
He doesn't need
boomer.
to know who Katie Couric is.
That's like Pat Lang getting angry with you if you don't know who a gay porn star is. You don't know who that guy with the fucking massive 12-inch veiny cock that I watch every Thursday is?
Just how is it not? If we're asking you to go somewhere and fight and put your life on the line, I hope you think that that's your calling, your religious calling.
Right,
You know
it's
what I mean?
righteous. Yeah, I guess I would
Yeah.
define a holy war as something that you think you are fighting for a righteous cause. Like what any other form of war, I guess war in general, I guess regardless is I don't know that I believe that. I think a righteous war is just and that bad things happen in war, but a holy war or a righteous war I would think is just. And yeah, we're on a fucking planet of 9 billion people now where sin is everywhere. Of course there's war.
Stop being mean to Pat. He's old and I'm working on him.
No, don't waste your time, Will. Unless he sends you $500, don't waste a fucking breath on that guy.
Okay, so let me go back a little bit. Here we go.
It's a real doozy. Some U.S. military commanders are describing what's happening in Iran as a holy war. Troops have told watchdog groups that they were briefed by commanders who described the war as part of God's divine plan.
Thoughts on that? If you believe in God, isn't everything God's divine plan?
First off, I don't believe it. I don't believe that generals said, hey, this is a holy war and this is for God's divine plan. I don't believe that for a fucking second.
I don't believe it either because of the way she said watchdog groups. But even if he did say it, like what
They didn't. They didn't say that. She has no fucking receipts.
It's not what's her problem with that? Like, who cares if he thinks that? I hope someone thinks that.
Yeah.
I hope someone, like, who cares if he says that?
With references to biblical prophecy. One commander allegedly told his troops that President Trump had been anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth.
Pause. Yeah. Allegedly.
And what's a commander? Like one guy who has like 4 dudes work for him said that to him?
Jeez. Wow. I just want to take a moment to rewind 2 minutes where I said, and this is truth on my dad's fucking dead grave. I have no idea who this lady is, never seen her before. Immediately opens her mouth for 1 second. You can tell she's a fucking dumb bitch. I was at this fucking restaurant with Lizzie, Bryson, and Maris and Jace the other day.
Oh, this is going to be good. Please milk this one. This is going to be good.
Oh, it's kind of short, but I sit down and I look around and I see these ladies everywhere. They're all over Charlotte, these fucking women. And that's how fucking judges, like that judge who just got elected, get elected, this jail abolitionist that we were talking about yesterday. And I sit down and I look around and I just say out loud to Lizzie, I was like, I fucking hate white liberal women. And the restaurant's filled with them. And it was so weird being in a city. And I had this other thought too. I was like, this is the culture and the society that cities create, like densely populated cities. Every fucking guy in there was less than even beta material. And I hate using that word because it sets, it implies that like, oh, I think alphas and blah, blah. No, they just didn't look like men. They were skinny fat, not an ounce of muscle. They looked like they had that fucking that over hunched arched fucking neck forward Cushing's disease looking idiots who looked like if someone walked into that restaurant and said, give me your money, they'd fucking piss would run down their legs and they'd fucking throw their girlfriends in front of them to keep them safe. Like that's what these guys look like. And meanwhile, all of the women look like they run every decision in the men's life. And I'm thinking to myself, the first thought was like, I could just walk in there. I'm just like, geez, here we go. We're in a room full of fucking 30 liberal white bitches. I fucking hate these ladies. And then I thought, all of these men are not even men. What the fuck?
You don't necessarily hate them. I'm assuming you hate the influence they have on the direction society's going. It's like, hey, you're weak and feeble. Don't be making decisions you don't like them making decisions for the rest of us who aren't weak and feeble.
Yes, but I don't view the white liberal woman as weak and feeble. I view the white liberal woman as the modern day man. Like they are taking over male roles in society and not in a good way. The same way that these same white liberal women want men to take over female gender roles in our society today. Oh, man can get pregnant. Oh, he can chop his wiener off, become a woman. Like it's this reversal of natural order, I think is absolutely ridiculous and disgusting. So when I say I hate, hate's a strong word. I throw that word around really loosely. I despise them.
Did you see the poll? It's like, these numbers are just rough. I don't remember exactly, but 30% of men are against men and women's sports, but 66% of women are okay with it. I'm just like
33% of men are okay with it or against it?
Are okay with it.
Okay. So they're okay. Yeah.
And I'm just like, insane. How the fuck are women? What is going on? Who are these women?
It wasn't actually First Watch. I love First Watch, and I do go there. And this place had way more white liberals than a First Watch typically does. It was called La Lima, and it's a Peruvian sandwich place. And the food was fucking incredible. But holy shit, it was packed chock full of fucking retards. I mean, it was just crazy. You could see it all over the body language.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's so cool. You should go to a jiu-jitsu tournament sometimes. It's like the exact opposite of that.
I would love to. And that's the thing about a CrossFit gym. Same thing.
None of the parents are like that. Everyone there is competent.
White liberal women are the most dangerous creatures on the planet. They will kill their babies in the womb or sacrifice them at the satanic trans altar. Yeah, 100%. Imagine thinking anything other about abortion other than it is fucking murder. And the mental gymnastics and the just purely illogical conclusions you have to come to rationalize that. If you can rationalize killing a baby, imagine the evil you can do and rationalize.
They don't think, by the way. They don't think. They go into emotional defensiveness.
Gabe.
Council.
Oh, here. So she hasn't.
I was right about this bitch.
She hasn't stated why she thinks it's crazy. She's just saying it's crazy. Do you know what I mean? And then you fill in the blank.
And also has given no fact or truth to back anything up.
She hasn't stated why. Why do you think it's crazy if someone thinks that this is a divine holy war? You like it's this is a dog whistle for liberals.
Anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to earth. Yeah. The Council on
Yeah.
American Islamic Relations, a Muslim civil rights organization.
A Muslim civil rights organization. How does she say that with a straight face? How is there a Muslim civil rights organization?
Recently released a statement saying that all Americans should be deeply disturbed by this holy war rhetoric being spread right now.
And she's on the side of this. And she's on the side of this.
The U.S. military, of course, is one of the most powerful institutions on earth, and it's governed, at least in theory, by the Constitution, civilian leadership, and centuries of rules that were designed to keep personal ideology out of decisions about war and peace. So hearing a geopolitical conflict described as a religious mission should make every American really uncomfortable.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
If a religious mission is poor rationalization for a war, what would be good rationalization? Oil?
Right.
Fake WMD?
And listen, she wants to take away the rights of individuals to give them to groups. There's the fascism and the socialism again. It's like, hey, these are individuals going to fight. They can have and think whatever the fuck they want. She's conflating the fact of how the institution runs versus the people inside of it. She wants to enslave them, not just them, but their thoughts.
To recent reports, more than
And what she doesn't realize is right now she's basically professing her own religion, and she doesn't know this.
But according to recent reports, more than 200 service members have already raised concerns about this framing, saying it could violate the principles of religious freedom within the armed forces.
There's the irony. There's the irony. These people are practicing their religious freedoms for why they think they're there, and she's against it.
Now, if this rhetoric really is being used inside our military, that deserves serious scrutiny from Congress.
Once again, that doesn't say anything. Serious scrutiny.
It doesn't,
like
but also it doesn't because that is exactly the religious freedom that she's claiming are being infringed upon.
Right.
For me as a general, if I'm in the office of my guys, I think, hey, I think we were sent here by God to do this. That's his prerogative. What?
Yeah, total. And to be honest with you, I hope they think that 200 is nothing. Yeah, let me tell you something. There's 2,000 pedophiles in the military. There's 2,000 homicide guys who've committed homicide in the military. There's 2,000 rapists in the military. I mean, it's just people. Just take the sheer numbers of people. There's 100,000 guys who drive drunk on a weekly basis. I mean, only perfect people can get into the military?
From the Pentagon.
Sorry, keep
Go
going.
ahead. No, go ahead.
And from us, the American public.
Yeah, this is the liberal gobbledygook that they're getting fed that incites them. You're just all supposed to be religious. All it is saying is religion is bad and we have religious people in charge. Meanwhile, she's saying things like the Institute of Muslims for Civil Rights.
Ken goes, every time I see my 3-month-old grandson, I can't believe millions to the tune of 70 of those 70 million of God's greatest,
since 1970.
yeah, of God's greatest creations are killed every year like it's no big deal and it's legal.
Well, it's because Jane wants to go to law school and she's not ready to get pregnant, or Letitia husband left her, or it's it's fair, Ken. You have to think about it.
And then 12 dicks in his ass goes, Ken, they're not God's creations. They're created by sperm and eggs, men and women. And
why can't they both be true, Pat? Why can't they both be
check
true?
This out. When you see I don't know, Sevon, call me crazy, but when I'm outside, even in just my backyard, a place that's not crazy majestic and not secluded and not deep into nature and what I view as God's creation, I look up and I see a bluebird sitting on my fence, or I look over and I see my peach tree and the flowers beginning to bloom in spring, and I have a moment of like, wow, this is incredible. Like all these little pieces came together to create something. And like that analogy I used several shows ago, the likelihood of all of this just coming together perfectly is the same odds or even worse odds than taking a Swiss made watch and all of its components separate, throwing them up into the air, and then landing as a perfectly made, handcrafted Swiss watch. Those are the odds we're talking about. And so when I'm outside and the sun is shining and spring is hitting and things are turning green and like flowers are blooming, or you see a baby, I don't think what's more rational or what's a better, I guess it doesn't really matter what anyone thinks considers rational, but maybe the question is, what kind of people do you want to surround yourself with? Do you want to surround yourself with people who are awestruck by the beauty of creation and life and things that are new, so much as to say that they are God's creations and to honor and value that creation and life and these new things that are born and sweet and pure and innocent? Do you want to surround yourself with people like Ken, or do you want to surround yourself with people like Pat Lange, who take creation and life like that and diminish it to the point of saying it's just sperm and eggs? It's just spam and eggs in a pan.
Well,
Just
Pat
take
has a
a
good
fucking
point.
can of spam and eggs and put it in a pan and fucking shove it down your throat and throw it in the trash. I know I'm being extreme here, but personally, I want to surround myself with people who hold human life, the life of a peach tree and a flower, a fucking drop of rain, making the grass green. I want people who see beauty in that and who honor that and hold that in the highest regard. That's who I want to surround myself with. I don't want to
I agree with
surround
you, but what
myself.
Pat is saying is true. Sevan, here's why they can't both be true. And let's focus on the word true, because one is proven fact, the sperm and an egg come together, and one is fucking fantasy land. And I guess if I'm gonna go down Pat's rabbit hole, Pat, I would and I've said this before, I'd rather live with the people who are in fantasy land that everything is God's creatures than if you don't believe in fucking Allah. You need to be killed, and we're gonna rape your wife and kids.
But that's fantasy. Those are two fantasy lands. So let's
Right,
play
that's
out.
what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is like I believe everyone has a religion.
Yes, and
Whether
but here's
whether you know it or not, you
right.
have
And
a
what,
religion, and I don't like that. And Katie Couric just showed us her religion, and I'm going with the Christians.
Jesus did exist. And here's the thing. Let's play out what he thinks are the two sides: fantasy land and all its iterations, or just believing in pure scientific fact. That's what I'm talking about here. You don't value human life the same way that people who believe in God and Jesus do. You don't find it holy, Pat. You think it's just a sperm and eggs, and you're diminishing the potential for it being valuable beyond your little comprehension. And that's the point here. I don't want to surround myself with people who have this nihilistic view of sperm and eggs, green eggs and ham, green eggs and spam. And there's no other fucking meaning to life other than you being fat and retarded, jerking off to Brianna in the comments, drinking fucking a 12-pack of Miller Lite every night, and going to CrossFit the next day so you can cancel that out. Those aren't the people that I want to surround myself with. And that's why I think most of the time you are wrong. Not because what you believe isn't scientifically provable. Of course, sperm and egg come together to create a zygote, which, in my opinion, as soon as it happens, is the creation of human life. But you have zero ability to conceive of something that maybe hasn't been proven factual yet as being true. 30 years ago, a phone with a screen on it that showed you a video wasn't proven factual. It wasn't scientific fact. And it couldn't happen. Sorry, not 30, 40 years ago when you were like 32 or something, you old fat retard. But now it's a part of everyday life. No, fuck that guy. And so you're saying just because something isn't proven factual yet or at all, that there's zero chance for it to, like, it's ideologically, it's baby shit. It just shows how stupid he is. You have zero ability to think and create. We were talking about it yesterday. Everything that exists now almost outside of nature, which we didn't create. So I wonder who created that. You don't, because you have a tiny little pea brain. Everything that we have today as human beings started as an idea inside your head that didn't exist yet and wasn't possible, and now it is.
True. That is true. That part's true.
And that's the difference between the people that I'll surround myself with and fat retards like Pat Lange, who I'll send his money back to because he tries to buy my friendship with money. This guy's fucking APAC in its fucking entirety. He's lobbying to buy people's favor. Eat a dick, loser.
More CNN for you. Here we go. Caitlin Collins.
Caitlyn Jenner, more like.
She can't figure out whether she wants to be hot or a dude. It's crazy. Here we go.
Weeks since this war with Iran has been underway, the deadliest incident of civilian casualties was a strike that happened on an elementary school in southern Iran that killed scores of children.
She does. So first of all, she doesn't know if that's true or not.
No.
Tonight, a CNN analysis of that attack reveals evidence suggesting that the United States military was likely responsible for it.
We're at war and people are going to die.
What you're about to see is disturbing.
What you're about to see is disturbing. I want you to remember that line.
Yeah, evolution is a theory and it's not proven. And God's lack of existence is also not proven scientifically.
Not proven. But it's solid.
But it's science.
So she's saying what you're about to see is disturbing. She's hot. She could be. I think she could be.
I don't. She looks like Caitlyn Jenner.
I want to warn you, the United States says it's still under investigation, but this was the scene at the school just after the strikes 1 week ago, nearly.
First of all, I don't even know if I can believe that this is actually the school because CNN is so bad. And I'll give you some examples. Recently, they caught some reporters pretending that a bomb was incoming, and so that they had to leave, but they were somewhere where there was no bombing. They did it just to make the news story exciting. These guys are the worst of the worst.
CNN has not independently confirmed the death toll, but Iranian health officials and state media believe that at least 168 children and 14 teachers were killed.
So they're getting their source from Iran and Iran's propaganda machine.
Our analysis, which is based on satellite imagery, geolocated videos, and the assessment of munitions experts, suggests that the school was hit around the same time that an attack that American forces had launched on a neighboring Iranian naval base.
So there's a naval base right adjacent to this school.
This new satellite image shows several Revolutionary Guard buildings near the all-girls school. You can see how close they are.
An all-girls school, of course. Of course it's America. Of course it's America bombing the all-girls school, not the country that literally fucking cuts your fucking pussy lips off, doesn't allow you to read, drive, or leave your fucking house without a fucking trash bag over your head. Yeah, of course it's America. What a bitch.
Iran did it. They admitted it. I know that wouldn't surprise me.
They did. No, this is true. It's not. It doesn't surprise me. They literally admitted it was one of their fucking munitions going off and fucking up their own people.
Really?
Yes. It's science. It's science. Iran said it. I guess you could actually use the same logic for Iran saying we didn't, applying to Iran saying that they did it. So we don't actually know who fucking did it. But I think that's the point. Why is CNN trying to make America, we're going in because they killed 50,000 fucking protesters, you assholes. That we're going in because of that. We're trying to help people. And yeah, fuck China. We want all the oil in the world so China can suck a bag of dicks.
And here's the thing. Iran has no problem in this. What the irony is Iran is actually trying to target civilians. The U.S. is not trying to target civilians. And yet people will believe Iran all day.
Craters at the center of the structures, including the school, and what experts say look like precision strikes. A wall marked by that dotted line there is all that separates the school and this base.
So why did they build an all-girls school? She should at least ask that. Why would they build an all-girls school next to a military base?
Not just a military base, Devon, an incredibly fundamentalist, extremist military base that hates women.
And hates Americans and hates Jews.
The strike
and hates blacks. Just so you know, blacks.
Well, liberals don't care about that. Liberals hate Americans. Liberals hate blacks. Liberals hate Jews.
Right.
But let's give them at least something we think they care about, and that's women, right? Like they say they care about
kids,
women.
Yeah, yeah, and they don't care about kids either. Yes, it's an Iranian missile. They admitted it.
Actually, Pat fucking hates Jews. He hates black people. He hates Americans. He loves kids. I think he loves women, or at least he's lustful toward them.
I don't see where Iran admits it.
I mean, this is a good point. He believed that Trump was a Russian spy, and he believed in a COVID vaccine with no science behind it.
This is what the liberals are getting fed, by the way.
This week, under multiple times during multiple different press briefings, this is what Trump administration officials have told reporters.
She's such a smug.
Did the United States airstrike a girls' elementary school and kill 175 people?
Not that we know of, Sean, and the Department of War is investigating this matter, and I would just tell you very strongly, the United States of America does not target civilians, unlike the rogue Iranian regime that targets civilians, that kills children, that has killed thousands of their own people in the past several weeks, and uses propaganda quite effectively. And
another great point. They've killed at least 40,000 of their own people in the last 2 weeks. But the U.S. is guilty of this.
Unfortunately, many people in this room have fallen for that propaganda.
Can you give us an update on what the administration knows, what you know now about the reported strike on a girls' school in southern Iran on Saturday?
All I know.
And by the way, I would love to know what a girls' school is in southern Iran. What are they teaching
where
girls?
They perform those fucking labia fucking choppings? That's probably what it is. It's probably a mill. It's probably a fucking vagina mill where they go in there and they cut your vagina off. I mean, that's what happens.
All I can say is that we're investigating that. We, of course, never target civilian targets, but we're taking a look and investigating that.
Now, the internet blackout in Iran has made it very difficult for our teams to examine weapons fragments that are left at the scene for further evidence of responsibility. Reuters reports, though, that U.S. military investigators also believe it is likely U.S. forces were behind that strike.
Oh, yeah.
How can you look
Reuters.
at her and hear her fucking talk and take one word that comes out of her mouth seriously? You can just tell she's saying things to incite rage. It's fucking crazy to me. All you're doing are trying to rage bait the entire country. Like, that's what that is. CNN is rage bait. That's all the fucking news is, dude. It's fucking crazy to me. He doesn't need an exorcism, Olivia. He probably needs to be deported to one of these places he loves so much more than America. Yes, that's me calling for the deportation of an American citizen. Bookmark it, clip it. Fuck Pat Lange.
My dad, who's like, I don't know, 86 or something. About 2 years ago, we were in Home Depot in Santa Cruz, California, and he's like, "Man, this is a fucking nice Home Depot. This is nicer than the ones where I live." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because he lives in the Bay Area, and I'm like, "The one in Berkeley and Richmond are amazing. They're huge. This one's tiny, and they don't have a huge inventory." He's like, "No. Nothing is locked up here." And I was thinking to myself, how quickly people have learned to accept that. I don't know where you guys live, but I guess where some people live, like if you live in the city, and you've seen this when we travel, if you want deodorant, you have to ask someone.
Yes. They lock it up.
This is Torrance, California, and this is a black guy going into a gas station in a white area. Listen to it. Listen to him.
Man, this shit crazy, man. I'm out here with...
I assume he's black by his voice. I'm not
He's black, dude. Just say it.
Okay. All right, he's black.
Man, this shit crazy, man. I'm out here with, in the white people area, out here in Torrance. And the motherfucker ain't even in here. No security or nothing. But I say that to say this shit would never happen in no nigga area. Look at, man, the chips is all out here, man.
Did he just say that?
Yeah, he can't believe the chips are out because they don't do that in the nigger area. That's what he said.
Shit. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, man. We in Torrance, California. In Torrance, California.
He lives 30 miles from there, and he can't believe that the chips aren't locked up. Hey, if a society doesn't have trust, a society collapses. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
If a society doesn't have trust, it collapses. That's like fundamental.
Because trust me, Compton, anywhere in South Central, this shit is put up. Most definitely. Bro. That shit crazy, man. And then they got the firewood over here. Never mind that. They got the firewood.
He can't believe the firewood's not locked up. Hey, it's like the Home Depot.
Also, hey, what's he doing at a gas pump with a Tesla?
Was that a Tesla?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
He's just, maybe that's not his car. He's just tripping on the fact that everything's not locked up. That's where we're at. You shouldn't be tripping on that. You shouldn't be tripping on the fact that you go into a place and you can buy razors. You know, when I was a kid, the only thing that was locked up, I remember when they did it, there was some drug like ephedrine or some cold drug that they started locking up because kids were taking it to make meth, I guess.
Oh,
as a
to make
precursor.
meth?
Yeah, there was some cold medicine that people were taking as a precursor. So they started locking that up. I don't know. Mucinex is amazing. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. That this is a bad sign, people.
Isn't that where Jamie Hygia's gym is, Torrance Training?
In Torrance, California? I don't think of Torrance as a nice place either. Not at all.
Sudafed.
Yeah, Sudafed. What did I say? Ephedrine? Sudafed. Yeah, it was Sudafed. Did you see the guy in California who was stabbed while charging his car by a homeless guy, and the ambulance showed up with another homeless guy, stole the ambulance, and he died? The family soon. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're telling me that there was a guy injured who was stabbed by a fucking drug addict criminal? Ambulance comes to help him. When they get out of the ambulance, another drug addict criminal steals the ambulance so they can't take him to the hospital. Is that the story?
Jeez.
It's like a comedy routine, but people are dying. Pat, DM me. I'd like to send you a copy of The Case for Christ by Lee Strobel. Lee, an atheist, went on a journey to prove Christianity was nonsense, but found so much validity, he ended up converting.
Oh, send me that. Send me that copy, Dylan. I want to read that.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that Christians who, and you know, this is just my opinion. I think a lot of Christians who go down that path, I think people who find God through that shit, that you never found God. You're just feeling like, really? You need proof that they fucking found some bones somewhere and they fucking carbon dated them?
Oh, Bryson has it. I'll read it.
I think that's just fucking batshit crazy. Someone just sent me a video from a soldier who's deployed over there.
Dylan, do you have anything that'll convert Pat from being retarded? I think that's what you really need.
Wow.
Really need. Let me see. Pull it up.
Wow. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this. Let me ask if I can show this. Can I show this?
I want to read that book, but I already believe. So the reason I believe is because I believe in something greater than us.
And I don't know if that book he's suggesting is one of those, right. But when people start like preaching to me like, well, they found his bones here and there's 13 guys that wrote this book, and I'm just like, dude.
Why wouldn't you imagine thinking it's not shameful or stupid to want to believe or even to believe and have faith in something that's greater than us.
No, I agree.
Why is that so laughable for people like that? Like, really? You think you are so almighty and superior to everything else that you think your system of beliefs and whatever proof that you deem factual and that you think is truth is reigns supreme over everyone else. Like imagine imagine the sense of self-importance you must have to live your life with that perspective. And then to laugh at others who want to believe that something greater than us exists because we recognize our own fallible nature, and we want to believe that there is something better. Everything in society that exists from people who imagine something better. And we have fat fucking prickly chin women and fucking retards like Pat Lange running around saying that you are the better, you are the best, we don't need anything better. And it's stupid if you want to believe in something better.
I don't know where this is. I don't know what country this is, but this is someone who's deployed overseas. Filmed this recently.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy when that thing makes a U-turn, right?
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
wild. Where do we think that was?
That's Kuwait. So that was filmed by U.S. Air Force. That was filmed by someone in the U.S. Air Force in Kuwait. Wow. Hey, just like
Was that an American bomb or an Iranian bomb?
Here's the thing to hear. I'll tell you a thought that I've been having lately. It passed through my mind that the U.S. is attacking these Arab nations just to get them involved in the war. Or the Israelis are doing it. That hasn't gotten past me.
Do you know what this bowl says? My Tibetan singing bowl.
Peace and love. Pat Lange is awesome. I love Pat.
It does say Pat Lange somewhere, but it says Pat Lange is retarded and gay. Ring this bowl for 3 minutes and you'll be absolved of any fatness and gayness in the rest of your life.
Do you know what it says? Those people had the swastika as their fucking symbol.
I know. Yeah, it was like the ultimate symbol of peace. No, I don't actually know what it says. I should probably look that up. It could say some crazy shit. It could be like the dumb fat American who bought this on Amazon is stupid as fuck. It could say something like that.
No, Pat, an anti-vaxxer is not someone who tells you vaccines don't work. An anti-vaxxer is someone who doesn't want them forced on their kids and forced on themselves. I want to be able to use a public restroom, shop at Safeway, and fucking eat and send my kids to school. So this family I know that lives in town are taking their 2 kids and leaving because their daughter's reached an age in school. I think she's going into the 7th grade, and her exemption will be up for vaccines, so they're moving to Florida. It doesn't make her an anti-vaxxer. That makes her just not want to fucking inject her kids with government-mandated drugs that no one knows what the fuck is in them.
I disagree with this, Bryson. Bryson says, believe whatever you want, but saying someone is dumb because they do believe in something or because they don't is the same thing. I think that's not true. That's viewing life in this on or off perspective, one or the other. Meaning that me saying Pat is dumb for not believing in God is the same as him calling me dumb for believing in it. The reason I don't think those are the same thing is because one consistently and repeatably and for thousands of years has resulted in a better outcome than the other. So one is objectively better. People who believe in God and Christians have created a far better world than people who don't believe in that stuff.
And if you're not doing something if you don't accept something that makes things objectively better, then you're dumb.
Right. And the other thing is, this is like me saying that men can't have kids and men can have kids are the same thing. No, one is objectively dumb, one is stupid and retarded, and the other is not. And if you can't apply that same consistency or outlook upon concepts that maybe are more vague or have less definitive or tangible evidence, that doesn't mean it's the same. It just means you have to think a little harder and dig a little deeper, but they're not the same. I don't think.
This isn't the same thing Bryson is saying. This is just an added component to it. I'm okay with Christians because their tagline is, if you don't believe in God, you're not going to heaven. If you don't believe Jesus Christ is your savior. I'm okay with them saying that.
I don't like that part of Christianity. I hate that part.
I'm not offended by it. The Muslims are saying, if you don't believe in fucking God, we're going to fucking kill you, rape your wife, and take your kids as slaves. That's the distinction for me. And like I don't want to be around those people. What if I need another 3 years before I believe in Allah and I get killed before I have a chance to fucking come to the Muslim truth? Like, fuck that.
Christians created the United States of America, the greatest fucking country in the world, with the most superior system of governance and template for a growing and free civilization ever in the world. Of course, Christianity is fucking better. What?
I hate how true this is, what Dylan's saying here. Think of physical evidence of Christ as foot in the door. Many don't believe Christ was the Messiah until he did a miracle. Some need to have a heart attack to realize change in lifestyle, or need to have a heart attack before they believe in God. Yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
That's a great.
Here, I don't think people are stupid for not believing in God. I think people are stupid for rejecting the possibility. Bingo.
Okay, that's a good point.
And I would be stupid to reject the possibility that there's nothing more. I agree.
Okay, I agree with that fully.
Yeah.
And Bryson says I agree with that, so maybe that's what he meant.
That's why faith is a daily choice. It's inherently irrational. Kierkegaard calls it a leap of faith for a reason. Yeah, here's the thing. No matter how many times you see it, you can't prove it. No matter how many times you see the miracle of God, you still can't prove it.
I don't know if I agree that that's the biggest part of Christianity. I think there are a lot of worldly interpretations of it. But what is the biggest part of Christianity? I don't know. I also look at a lot of religion and what are the effects that they're having on my daily life. And the effect of believing in God has a far greater effect on daily life of people across the world than the claim that unless you accept God, you're not going to heaven. That doesn't have an effect in the tangible world until you die.
So the 7 billion non-Christians are all going to hell. Damn, it sucks for them. Yeah.
Hey, I struggle with that too. I struggle so much with that.
But who cares? At least they have
I care.
At least I don't. At least they have. But what I care about is that they have the choice.
So a pedophile who fucking asks God for forgiveness and then goes and continues to fuck the shit out of little kids gets to go to heaven. I'm sorry, but that part I'm hung the fuck up on. And I don't believe that. I just don't believe that.
I just want people to have the choice. I just don't want to be extinguishing people on the planet because they fucking don't believe in something. I don't want people not being able to go shopping or send their kids to school because they don't believe in vaccines. And I don't want my wife raped because I fucking don't believe in Allah.
My mom will say things. My mom will say things very similar to this that Christine just said. Is I don't think not believing means you don't go to heaven. I think you can get to the end of your life and God is all forgiving. At least I believe that my ex-husband, when he died, was given a chance. And my mom will say things like that, like, "Oh, I believe when you die, you're given another chance to accept and believe." Okay, I could get on board with that. But then what about all the people who go, "Unless you believe, you're not going to heaven"? So that's the point here. I am reading it, Sean. Thanks for telling me to do something I'm already doing. I hope that makes you feel good.
Next month he'll be like, "See, I told you to read it."
The whole point here is like Mormons believe Joseph Smith uncovered a fucking gold tablet. Blah 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 blah. Muslims believe you can fuck a 9-year-old as long as she's bled a little bit. You believe that everyone on earth that hasn't accepted Jesus Christ is going to hell, or at best not going to heaven. And I'm pretty sure hell was a creation by Dante. So I don't know. I'm saying that I don't like that part of it. So,
Steve, I want to just add one nuance to this. You said we'll be judged by our actual thoughts and intentions, not those that people see or perceive. I disagree, but let me tell you where I would tweak it. We will be judged by our actual reaction to our thoughts. But
this
not your thoughts, not your thoughts yourself. Your thoughts are not your thoughts, buddy. You're just responsible for them.
And this is something that I want to choose to believe. No, people who reject God go to hell. The pygmy in the Amazon who never learned is not condemned. That's something
Wow.
I can accept.
Wow.
That's what I'm. So that's the nuance
I
here.
can accept that too. I can accept
Read the
that
Bible. Read the Bible.
Yeah.
Read the Bible. That's the nuance I'm just saying that exists, because you couldn't draw that distinction, but Hoel can draw that distinction, and that convinces me. So it's like, I also believe that if you ever fucked a kid,
go ahead. If you ever fucked a kid, what?
the depiction of hell, dude, the depiction of hell that we all believe
Why
was
do
created
people
by Dante.
Why do
It's
people
all of
do
this.
stuff like this? Hell is in Revelations. That's all you have to do. You don't have to read the Bible. Geez, why are you like that? Do you know that everyone in the chat knows you're like that? Why are you like that? Omit that part, dude. Get off like come down here with us regular folk and talk like a regular person.
Good morning, Banana Dance Man. Well, it's the same thing Sean just did.
It's pretty fucked up if you believe humans that are currently live on the planet that have never heard of Jesus Christ will be sent to hell for that. No, dude,
That's what
is
Hoel
not
is saying isn't true.
But listen, that's not fucked up relative to other thoughts. Let me tell you what fucked up is. Thinking it's okay. That's the problem, Doses. Who cares what other people are fucking thinking if it's not fucking affecting you? Who cares what other people? We're talking. You should just. Why don't you just stay focused on the people who are trying to make it okay for little kids to chop their dicks off without their parents' consent? Like that's tangible. What do I care if my neighbor thinks I'm not going to heaven because I haven't found Jesus yet? What do you care?
Sorry for claiming that. I meant created the depiction that we all envision when people talk about hell. Fiery, burning, screams. Am I incorrect there? Because I'm of the understanding that Revelations didn't, there isn't that level of imagery that gave us the conception that we currently have today of hell. Am I incorrect? And I'm perfectly open to being wrong on that. But I was of the understanding that Dante's depiction, Banana Dance Man is saying that, again, still wrong. Lake of Fire is textually in Revelation. Are we pulling anything up to talk about this?
Very nice, Banana Man. I was going to show you something else.
Well, you go on. I'm going to look this up. I'm gonna get Grok to agree with me, and then I'm gonna fucking stuff my cock down Banana Dance Man's throat.
He doesn't want that. Okay, here we go.
Once you understand the psychology of the modern leftist, the last decade of the woke revolution starts to make a lot more sense. The endless outrage, the hypersensitivity, the rejection of rational debate. These aren't just ideological quirks. They're symptoms of something much deeper, a crisis of self-worth masked as a moral crusade.
A crisis of self-worth masked as moral crusade.
Today, leftist is a broad and fragmented term, but in this context, I'm referring to socialists, collectivists, LGBTQ activists, climate cultists, and similar types. What unites them isn't just ideology, it's psychology. At the core of modern leftism is a pervasive sense of inferiority, low self-esteem, powerlessness, guilt, self-hatred, depressive tendencies.
And you can see that you can see that all in the manifestation of how they present themselves. You see, and I'm using obviously sweeping stereotypes, but you see a conservative and they stand up straight and they're clean and they're not covered in fucking stupid tattoos and they don't have fucking giant holes in their ears. And they, when an old lady's walking down the street, they step aside, as opposed to just completely fucking oblivious, obese, fucking blue-haired people who dress themselves to see how ugly they can be.
So can I say something?
It's basically what they do is they buy the ugliest Christmas tree from the Christmas tree farm, bring it home, and then spray it with shit and feces. That's what they've done to their creature. Is it about this or about religion?
It's about religion.
Okay, go ahead.
It says Dante Inferno is the 14th century poetic masterpiece that heavily influenced modern perceptions of hell. Revelation provides a largely symbolic, prophetic, and theological description. So it has lake of fire and brimstone, but my whole point was the hell that people imagine going to was largely described and created and crafted in that perception by Dante's Inferno, which is true. You fucking asshole.
I'm I never
And-
imagined going to hell. Bye, Jody. Thank you for joining us.
It's like a fucking tool of fear that was used 100%. Whereas in Revelation and here, according to Steve Martin, and that's the thing, that hell is more of a realization of what could have been achieved, but wasn't immortality. So like, again, the thing that it's like so annoying, just you're wrong. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Caller, hi.
Only I can say you're wrong.
Hello.
I was just calling because I agree to a certain extent, and I get what Taylor's saying when he's saying that Christianity is like objectively better or objectively better than not believing in anything or objectively better than other religions because it more closely aligns with objective morality. But can you say it's objectively better than not believing in anything? Because if an atheist contributes more to the world and people around them in a good way, and then a Christian doesn't, but asks for forgiveness,
Let me
and
ask you this:
obviously
how
the
would an
atheist is
atheist do that?
contributing more to society.
How would an atheist do that? What's an atheist's religion? Like how? And by religion, I mean what's their North Star? What's their moral code?
I would say their North Star is objective morality because we've already.
And what's
me and
objective
Taylor talked a
morality?
lot about
Someone,
this.
real quick, objective morality. I asked someone what that was once, and it's like, hey, don't do shit to other people that you wouldn't want done to yourself. Is that objective morality for you?
I think that's the first thing I would say. Maybe you could go deeper and like add layers to it, but I think that's the first way that I would describe it.
I guess my take on that
isn't that a religion though? Don't do stuff to other.
It might be. Yeah, it might be.
Okay.
So maybe atheist isn't the right word, but I'm just talking about someone who doesn't believe in
but I don't think
traditional God.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that all atheists' North Star is objective morality.
Neither do
I agree.
I don't. Yeah.
So I'm saying if there's nuance though, you can't say that it's objectively better than not believing in.
You can't, because this is why. This is why I think you can say objectively, because I'm not saying it is a absolute rule that Christians are better than atheists. Of course, I'm not saying that. Of course, I believe that there are people who don't and will never believe in God do far greater for people on earth than some people who do believe in God. Of course, I believe that. But at the same time, I think it would be crazy to say it isn't. It would be not crazy. It would be actually wrong to say that as a general rule, not an absolute rule, Christians are far better for society in the world than people who don't believe in that. As a general rule, there are of course exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so here, by the way,
I agree. Yeah.
Here's Banana Dance Man's religion. This is dumber than Taylor telling cardiac nurse what an ablation was. Are you kidding me?
Ablation is a black and an Asian, you fucking retard. What do you think it is?
Are you kidding me, Banana Dance Man?
No, he's not kidding you.
Why
This
would
person
a cardiac nurse know what a black and Asian person is?
Is this guy?
I have no idea.
Do you know what the third leading cause of death is in this country? Banana Dance
Blacks
Man?
and Asians?
No, that's the second.
Oh. What's the third?
Fucking medical fucking procedures.
Oh yeah, of course, medical malpractice. Yeah, duh.
It's not even It's not even malpractice. It's just practice, medical practice.
I get where you're coming from, Bryson. I just think that,
and say the same way people say we're not allowed to question whether Jesus, like they're so convinced Jesus was the second coming. His God is fucking nurses and doctors.
Right. But here's the point. Objective doesn't mean absolute. It just means like, hey, let's view it instead of as this kind of gray matter. Let's say we allot a theoretical percentage. So let's say that 70% of Christians
if it's over 51, then it's objectively better.
Exactly. That's where I'm going. And I think it's way more than 51%, by the way. I think it's probably like 88%.
Yeah. Well, I agree it's over 51%, but I also think another thing that brings it down a lot is a lot of the worst things that have ever happened have been done in the name of Christianity.
Yeah, but a lot of horrible things have been in the name.
Like what? Like what? Like what? Like what? Like what?
I mean, Hitler thought that he was doing everything for fucking God.
Oh, you believe Hitler now? Do you believe that Hitler existed?
No,
or you
no, no,
don't?
no. He's saying in the name of God. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay.
And even if you're not talking about the biggest genocides in history, a lot of the meanest things people have said to their neighbors are because of believing in God and their neighbors not, or having a disagreement on how
Do you think
to.
that 70 million babies
So-
were killed in the name of God or in the absence of God?
Hey,
I
here,
don't know.
Bryson, let me
What would
throw
you
this
guess?
out there
What
as
would
a
you guess?
question
Hold
to
on.
you.
Let me finish this thought. What would you guess? Would you guess that 70 million babies were aborted in the name?
I would guess that it's not in the name of. I would guess that it's not in the name of a Christian God, but I would guess it's in the name of a God.
Not. I would guess that it was in the complete absence of any religious God, any monotheistic general, current belief of a God.
Yeah.
Would you not agree?
But okay, yeah, I get. Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
so hold on. Let me
And
continue this.
so-
So 70 million babies aborted and murdered in the absence of God, and we're comparing that to Hitler and bad people who do things in the name of God. Or what about people? Oh, this is about. Never mind. I can't use this example. I just don't. I don't think that's true. Of course, people do bad things in the name of authority. Like that's
Yeah,
what God
and
is.
I
Religious
100%
people.
agree. It's way higher than 51%. Way higher than 51%. I was just saying, okay, so hey, if it's over the 51%, then it's objective. But
But
then
here's
I get your point, and I agree. It's way over 51.
the other thing to note, though, is
90.
when you say that people do bad in the name of God or religion, what you're really saying is people commit crime in the under the guise of authority, right? So when these people commit these horrors, they're saying, "Hey, I've been given authority by God to commit these horrors," or something of that effect. But every wrong to ever happen anywhere happens in the name of some form of authority, whether that's a government's authority, a group of people's authority, your own authority over that other person. I mean, what gives some fucking criminal on the street an excuse to attack an innocent person? Well, that's my money, bruh. I'm gonna take it. It's giving yourself the authority over someone else to commit that crime. And so what is objectively better for the world? This idea that while it's always going to be flawed because we're people, that there is some sort of higher authority that is beyond all human beings, or this belief that you are the authority. So I don't know. That's where I go with it.
Right. So yeah, and I agree with all that, but the reason that I bring it all up is because you said that, hey, it's dumb to tell someone they're stupid for believing in God, but it's not dumb to tell someone they're stupid for not. Or like the original thing that I said, or in the comments, and that you said you disagree with. But if you can be more contributing as an atheist, or you can be more contributing as a Christian, or whatever, I would think that it's dumb to tell someone they're stupid for believing in either, not just one way.
Right.
Like
I would never go out of my way to
street.
tell someone an atheist is stupid, but I would go out of my way to, and that's what I meant about, hey, this, while I think it's a general rule, I don't think it's absolute. So like, I would never go out of my way. For example, if you are an
I don't
atheist,
think, let me just throw this out real quick. I don't think it's dumb to say I'd rather have Christians running the planet than Muslims.
right.
And I think that's, objectively,
agree.
and I think that's
Or
objectively true.
atheists.
Yeah.
Or atheists, yeah. But so
or
here's the
atheists, yeah.
point. If I
I'm
believed
happy with the
you
Christians running the
Sevon,
world.
or Bryson were atheists, I wouldn't go out of my way to tell you guys you're stupid, because you aren't. You're not stupid for believing that. You think deeply of things. I will go out of my way to call Pat Lang stupid because I think he's a fat retard, and I don't think he thinks deeply of things. So that's the nuance there.
Right,
If you guys want to get into the
I think
nuance.
that is safe to say. You know that that's not even like a think or believe.
Right. I don't have to think I know he's stupid. So that's the point. But I get what you're saying too. Wow, this was good. We should have Bryson on these shows.
Bryson, do you have any hemorrhoids?
No, I've never had a hemorrhoid before, but I am kind of scared. Like hanging out with Taylor a lot, like I feel like it might be contagious.
I'm gonna give him one tonight.
You're too young to have one. Just be careful. God,
is that in the Bible? When I give Bryson a hemorrhoid tonight? Sorry, I'm gonna offend people. I make fun of everything. Sorry.
All right, thank you, Bryson.
Yep, see you guys.
All right.
That was fun.
Back to my the liberal psychology.
You and Bryson make me think far deeper on things than anyone else.
Oh, good.
I like that.
You make me think deeper about things too. You speak very logically. I like it.
Modern leftism is a pervasive sense of inferiority, low self-esteem, powerlessness, guilt, self-hatred, depressive tendencies.
And like I was saying, that Jesus Christ,
God.
through this. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
I can't hear anything.
Hey.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh God. Okay, just play this.
These aren't always acknowledged. In fact, they're often repressed, but they decisively shape leftist behavior. The hypersensitivity to language, for example, stems not from objective harm, but from an internal fragility. Words like oriental, handicapped, or broad once carried no negative connotation. It was the activists themselves who branded them as offensive. And ironically, those who are most offended by such words are often privileged academics or upper middle class whites, not the minorities they claim to defend. Many leftists identify with groups perceived as weak or inferior, not out of compassion, but because they unconsciously project their own sense of weakness onto these groups.
That's what the white liberal woman does to blacks. They're too stupid to get their driver's license. Like the governor of New York said, they don't even know what computers are.
They hate strength, success, and rationality.
That's the difference between the two political parties. The Democrats hate strength and success and rationality. They cannot stand strength. They see strong people as abusing weak people instead of seeing strong people as great role models and the kind of people that we want to emulate.
Which is why they direct so much venom at America, Western civilization, white men, and science itself. The hatred is not consistent. The same flaws they denounce in the West are excused or ignored in socialist regimes.
That's why they're okay with Iran fucking clitomectomizing women and throwing faggots from fucking rooftops.
Clitomectomizing? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I just made it up.
Or tribal
You did
culture.
not just make that up.
They would not allow that in the US, and yet it's free Palestine all day. What would it take for the left to be against someone to close down all the pesto pizza places? I mean,
Clitomectomizing.
The real issue is envy and resentment. Words like self-reliance, personal responsibility, and merit are foreign to the leftist mindset. Their hostility to competition and preference for collectivism reveals their internal defeatism. They demand that society solve everyone's problems because they cannot conceive of solving their own.
Bingo. Let's put a law in that bans social media for kids because I don't have the balls to take my phone from my kid.
The leftist rejects objective truth because truth creates hierarchy. Some ideas.
That's a crazy statement.
Wow.
They reject truth because truth creates hierarchy.
Wow. That's
a crazy line, right?
Yes. And it does. It creates people who are right and people who are wrong.
They hate hierarchy.
Wow. Truth creates hierarchy. I have to.
What's your problem with hierarchy? Hierarchy? What's your how would you have a problem with that?
Succeed, others fail. But to the leftist, that distinction is.
Yeah, I'm so happy fucking Elon is rich. I want a guy who fucking has ambitions to fucking go to Mars and invent new shit and create airbags and cigarette lighters and shit like that. I'm totally okay with him having more power than me. How the fuck?
Succeed, others fail.
And what's crazy is the difference between a liberal and a Republican is a Republican wants to give everyone that opportunity to get to the top of the mountain. And the Democrats are focused on making sure no one gets to the top.
But to the leftist, that distinction is unbearable. And so they attack truth, merit, and individualism, not to uplift the oppressed, but to soothe their own psychic wounds. If no problems existed, they must invent them because victimhood is their identity.
And that's the definition of racism. Years ago, I've been trying to share this, and here it is. Here it is.
Existed, they must invent them because victimhood is their identity.
They invented it. They invented it. God, that guy nailed it. That guy nailed it. Inventing things that allow you to be the victim. Imagine while Elon's inventing rockets that take you to space, liberals are inventing new words that should offend people. Elon's the man. Elon has no power. You're crazy. He just has money. Hey, dude, you're crazy. That's all. That's money is just fucking human energy, an accepted form of human energy. Yeah, which is power. Yep.
Oh, sorry. I was going to pull up. Taylor, how many times would you say you've shown someone your butthole in life? Just a close number. If I've shown someone my butthole, let's go twice a month. So 24 times a year times 30. So 650 times. Does that shake out? Sorry, hold on. Did I make my just look so retarded?
Your butt or your butthole?
720. Butthole is definitely lower by a lot, but I've probably mooned someone twice a month for my whole life, I think.
I've seen less than a dozen buttholes in my life. Maybe less than half dozen.
Yes. I've seen less than a dozen too. I've probably seen like 7 or maybe more than that. Maybe less than a dozen you've seen? Really?
Yeah.
Are you including women you've slept with?
Yeah, I don't look at anyone's butthole. That's true. Hey, I can only think of 1 or 2 buttholes that I've looked at intentionally.
I don't think I've ever seen a female butthole even.
And I've only looked at them like if they need exam. I've never looked at them like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, do I have something on my butthole?
I'll check it out. I've seen Bryson's, but I kind of want to see yours. I've seen.
You couldn't see mine's like blocked by something that looks like a living animal that's dead in there. There's so much hair that you'd never see my butthole.
Yours is like that Goosebumps fucking alive plant fucking monster. I've seen Bryson's. I've seen one of my old friends. I've seen Jake's for sure. My friend Jake. I've seen an old friend PJ's.
It hurts to cough. Does yours hurt? My hemorrhoids hurt when I cough.
No.
And I would paid one for it. That's some lost revenue right there. Wow.
I definitely have seen less than 12 buttholes, but like 3 of them I've seen so many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Pat does have a good point. You saw more buttholes than that on Pornhub last night. That is true. I'm talking about in person.
So weird. But like I've mooned someone. I guess that's an important distinction. Did dildo say butthole or butt?
Butthole.
Just your butt. Okay. So probably 200 times. Probably not even that. Probably 1/8 of the times I've shown my ass, I've probably shown butthole too. Balloon knot is the funniest fucking description. Balloon knot. I gotta go pick up some material from for construction. Oh, what is this?
What do you think this guy's did? What do you think this guy's crime is? You're big on the eye test. What do you think he did?
Oh, Calvin Klein. Oh, he looks like he beat the shit out of somebody, I think. Like he fucking beat someone up who really didn't deserve it and beat the fucking brakes off of him. He looks evil. His eyes look evil.
Jeremiah, did you rape a 94-year-old woman? What was that? No. You didn't do that? No. So what is this? Oh, man, no. Rape.
The suspect is Jeremiah Taylor. Date of birth is 1/14.
It's so bad, dude. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse than you could ever imagine. He was just arrested for raping a 94-year-old woman. But
I don't
do you think
fucking talk about that, dude?
He's only 22 years old.
That's
let me read
crazy
this to you.
You would even be able to stay hard to do that. I know this is like a really dark and disgusting place to go, but you have to have something so wrong with your fucking brain that you could fucking that you would want to go so far as to force yourself on a 94-year-old. Like that's the sexual aggression you feel. Like that's There is
He's
something
20. He's
wrong.
22 years old.
Yeah,
But let me
dude,
tell
like,
you what he did. Let me tell you what he did last year. Let me tell you what he did last year. Records showed his name's Taylor. Sorry, was arrested twice in May of 2024 on burglary charges involving vacant apartment. He was charged with 2 counts of unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling. He pleaded guilty in August 2024 to 1 count of unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling and was sentenced to time he had already served in jail. He was also charged with rape in 2024.
Oh my God.
That happened 5 or 6 days after his guilty plea in the burglary. So he pleaded guilty to robbing those places, didn't go to jail. 5 or 6 days later, was arrested for rape.
Jeez.
The woman said she raped him twice, or he raped her twice. She fled her home naked to escape her attacker, running to a neighbor's home. An arrest warrant outlined. She said her attacker had put a pillow over her face, pinned her down to the couch, and assaulted her on August 26th.
Jeez.
Hey, when he was released from jail for that, this is just a year ago. The day he was released from jail, he was arrested for being back at that girl's house, even though there was a restraining order against him. And then now, a year later, he's being charged with raping a 94-year-old woman.
That's fucking disgusting.
That the people aren't being held in jail. What do you think about what's going on with the LA Marathon?
Well, I don't even know what's going on with it.
You don't have to finish it this year to get a finisher's medal.
Why?
Because it could be in the morning, it's going to be 50 degrees, and in the afternoon, they're concerned it's going to be too warm. It could be in the 70s. LA Marathon will award finisher medals for runners who complete 18 miles. Participants in the 2026 Los Angeles Marathon have the option to only run 18 miles and still receive a finisher medal, race officials announced. Organizers are projecting a warm Sunday across the point-to-point course from Dodger Stadium to Century City, with temperatures starting in the mid-50s around 7 a.m., start climbing into the mid to upper 70s by midday, with a high in the low 80s. In response, the McCourt Foundation, which organizes the race, say runners will have an additional choice on race day. Marathoners who are having a tough day can turn at mile 18, head to the finish line early, and still get a finisher's medal.
Jeez.
This is fucking crazy, right?
Insane. Participation trophies. That's our world.
Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you just don't get a medal that year. Hey, that's the daddy state again. Don't trust people. Don't trust people to make that judgment on their own. Taylor's cheat guy from yesterday will go to that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It might be almost 80 degrees. It's not going to get 80 degrees either. 80 degrees. What a joke. And say he did 26.2, of course. All right. Great show.
Yeah, I love this show.
Ordered preparation H on it.
Extra strength, right?
Yeah, extra strength.
Okay. I got a new iPhone coming in the mail.
Oh, you did? Oh, you really? Oh, I thought you were joking. You really did get one.
I didn't have to buy one outright. I like basically just upgraded the one that I have, so I send my old one in and trade it in.
I think there's a new one coming out.
Which is great. I mean, that's fine. I don't care.
What iPhone do you have? Do you have the 16?
No, I have a 15 Pro. That's why I think an upgrade to a 17 Pro is worthwhile. I've had it for 2 years. I haven't cracked the screen. It's a little slow. The battery dies a bit quicker. You know.
What number do you have?
15 Pro.
Yeah, you're a content creator. You need the best iPhone. Yeah. This guy's coming on the show tomorrow morning.
Hello, COVID stuff. I have insane invoice in my hand. Look at this. 19,350 euro and 108,000 euro that I should pay for the legal fees of the government of Finland and Fazer restaurants. In 2021, I was going to have just a breakfast, croissant and coffee, but I had no COVID pass and I didn't get the service. And this court case has been going on ever since. Now the Supreme Court ruled in November that it was all right what the government was doing. And tyranny is accepted in this land. But look at this. Signature is invalid, Ari Kantor, Justice of the Supreme Court. Fazer and the government promised me last year that they will wait until the ruling of the Supreme Court before they hand these invoices to the enforcement. Now I have reminded them of their promise that if they want to keep their word, they should advise the enforcement to wait until there is valid signature, either handwritten or new electronic ones with no error.
So tomorrow we'll hear this guy's story in detail. He's got like fucking $300,000 in fines almost because he went to a coffee shop and ordered a coffee and croissant. It'll be interesting to see how it brought him to that point.
Fuck Finland.
What a fucking mess. All right. Thank you, everyone. Taylor, thank you. Sevon, Sevs, give me a shout on the hemorrhoids. I can help you out, buddy. Okay, thank you. I'm hoping they just fucking the swelling goes away. Riding the assault bike might be a son of a bitch with those.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would jog or walk.
I hope he brings a little more energy.
Oh, that guy.
All right, Taylor, thank you. See you guys later.
Thank you.
Also, tomorrow's Monday. Leaderboard closes tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do a show.
Yeah, we'll be doing.
Oh,
a show
at
in the
10
evening.
a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern. Bryce and I'll redo.
Oh shit. Okay, so
Live, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you'll be live at the same time I am.
Oh, fuck with that guy.
That's fine. It is what it is. I don't mind.
Okay, we'll think about it maybe. I don't know if I want to do it live with you not on, so.
Okay, if you wait like 90 minutes, I can do it with you.
All right, I'll talk to Bryson.
Okay, bye.